Dr. Ezzaddin Al Wahsh stands at the crossroads of traditional medicine and cutting-edge technology, wielding both a stethoscope and algorithms in his mission to transform healthcare delivery. The clinical informatics specialist has spent over a decade weaving artificial intelligence into the fabric of patient care, always with one guiding principle in mind. The biggest misconception is that AI is a universal solution, Al Wahsh says. In reality, it's a sensitive and limited tool that must be used with caution. People often assume it works reliably across all settings, but if we don't understand its design, who built it, who it was trained on, and for what purpose, we risk drift, inaccuracy, or unintended harm. This measured approach to medical innovation defines Al Wahsh's career trajectory. He represents a new breed of medical professional, one equally comfortable discussing machine learning models and bedside manner. His journey from traditional clinical practice to the forefront of healthcare technology reflects broader changes within medicine itself, where data science and patient care increasingly intersect. Al Wahsh's approach to healthcare innovation rests on three pillars: patient safety, resource stewardship, and responsible technology practices. These principles, forged through years of clinical practice and refined through his humanitarian work, guide every project he undertakes. Whether evaluating clinical decision support systems or mentoring healthcare professionals in no-code AI tools, he maintains that technology must enhance rather than replace the human elements of medicine. From clinical practice to digital innovation, Al Wahsh's path to clinical informatics began with traditional medical training at the University of Jordan Faculty of Medicine. His early career focused on internal medicine, where he developed the clinical instincts that would later inform his approach to healthcare technology. The transition from treating patients directly to designing systems that support patient care required a fundamental shift in perspective. The Mayo Clinic became the crucible for this transformation. As a clinical informatics fellow, Al Wahsh worked alongside scientists to develop comprehensive frameworks for AI products in healthcare. This collaborative environment enabled him to bridge the gap between clinical needs and technological capabilities, ensuring that innovations served practical purposes in real-world settings. His fellowship work focused on developing lifecycle frameworks for AI products, ensuring the ethical and responsible implementation of machine learning models within clinical environments. The Mayo Clinic experience also introduced Al Wahsh to the complexities of alert fatigue. His research into this phenomenon led to insights about cognitive load and decision-making that continue to influence his work today. Addressing healthcare's greatest challenges, alert fatigue represents one of the most pressing issues facing modern healthcare providers. Electronic health record systems generate thousands of notifications daily, many of which prove irrelevant or poorly timed. Al Wahsh has dedicated significant research attention to understanding how these interruptions affect physician decision-making and patient safety. "I've spent much of the past year researching alert interruptions, their causes and consequences, and how they can contribute to fatigue," Al Wahsh says. This work has culminated in a manuscript that examines how over-alerting in clinical systems impairs physician decision-making and potentially compromises patient safety. His research approach focuses on identifying alerts that are most prone to false positives and creating foundations for more effective alert design. This work extends beyond academic interest. It addresses a practical problem that affects every healthcare provider working with electronic systems. The research aims to reduce cognitive burden while maintaining necessary safety notifications. The alert fatigue research exemplifies Al Wahsh's methodology, identifying real-world problems, understanding their underlying causes, and developing practical solutions that improve both provider experience and patient outcomes. Al Wahsh's contributions to clinical decision support extend beyond alert optimization. He has led projects evaluating and enhancing decision support systems at the Mayo Clinic, focusing on reducing alert fatigue while improving system efficacy. This work requires balancing competing priorities and providing necessary information without overwhelming users. His experience with AI triage tools in ENT departments demonstrated how thoughtful implementation can improve workflow efficiency without disrupting established care patterns. These projects highlight the importance of understanding existing workflows before introducing new technologies. Global perspective on healthcare innovation. Al Wahsh's humanitarian work with Doctors Without Borders provides crucial context for his approach to healthcare technology. Working with Syrian refugees in Jordan exposed him to healthcare delivery under resource constraints, where every decision carries heightened importance. "One hard truth is that AI can amplify inequality if we're not vigilant," Al Wahsh says. Populations like the elderly, mentally ill, or those without digital access may often be underrepresented in training data, and that creates risks of misdiagnosis, bias, or exclusion. This international experience shaped his understanding of how technology can either bridge or widen healthcare disparities. His work with underserved populations revealed the importance of inclusive design in healthcare technology, ensuring that innovations benefit all patients rather than privileging those with better access to resources. The contrast between high-tech environments, such as the Mayo Clinic, and resource-limited settings in humanitarian contexts provides Al Wahsh with a unique perspective on healthcare innovation. He understands both the potential and limitations of technology-driven solutions, recognizing that successful interventions must account for diverse implementation environments. Al Wahsh's humanitarian advocacy extends to anti-war efforts, reflecting his commitment to addressing the root causes of health disparities. This broader perspective influences his approach to healthcare technology, emphasizing solutions that serve vulnerable populations rather than exacerbating existing inequalities. Dr. Ezzaddin Al Wahsh builds responsible AI frameworks. The development of responsible AI in healthcare requires more than technical skills. It demands ethical frameworks that ensure technology serves the interests of patients. Dr. Ezzaddin Al Wahsh has contributed to the creation of tools that evaluate the responsibility of AI systems, enabling clinicians and developers to assess ethical deficiencies across various stages of development and deployment. This framework represents practical progress towards safer, more equitable AI use in clinical workflows. Rather than building new tools, Al Wahsh focuses on creating evaluative transparency, helping healthcare providers understand what to trust and what to question in AI systems. His approach to AI validation emphasizes the importance of understanding system limitations and appropriate use cases. He advocates for creating technology cards for AI systems, transparency documents that clarify scope, context, and limitations. This documentation helps healthcare providers make informed decisions about when and how to use AI tools. The Responsible AI framework addresses a critical gap in the implementation of healthcare technology. Many AI systems enter clinical practice without adequate evaluation of their ethical implications or potential for unintended consequences. Al Wahsh's work provides practical tools for addressing these concerns. Educational leadership and knowledge sharing. Al Wahsh's role as an educator extends his influence beyond direct clinical work. Through presentations at professional conferences and mentorship of healthcare professionals, he disseminates knowledge about responsible AI implementation and best practices in clinical informatics. His presentations at venues such as the American College of Physicians and the Healthcare Analytics Conference address current challenges in AI adoption, while providing practical guidance for healthcare providers. These educational efforts help bridge the gap between technical innovation and clinical application. The teaching role at Mayo Clinic College of Medicine and Science allowed Al Wahsh to shape the next generation of healthcare professionals' understanding of technology's role in medicine. This influence extends beyond individual students to impact the broader professional culture surrounding healthcare innovation. His publications in professional journals and peer-reviewed work contribute to the growing body of knowledge on clinical informatics and the responsible implementation of AI. These scholarly contributions help establish best practices for the field. His involvement with professional organizations, such as the American Medical Informatics Association and the Healthcare Information and Management Systems Society, also provides platforms for sharing knowledge and influencing professional standards. Dr. Ezzaddin Al Wahsh's future vision for healthcare technology. Dr. Ezzaddin Al Wahsh's long-term goals reflect his commitment to humanizing healthcare technology. "I dream of a world where AI is ethical, accessible, safe and governed for the public good," Al Wahsh says. Too much of today's AI lies in the hands of industry. This vision extends beyond incremental improvements to existing systems. Al Wahsh hopes to contribute to building organizations that develop responsible AI with human rights and ethics as foundational principles rather than afterthoughts. Al Wahsh's persistence in pursuing innovation despite resistance reflects his commitment to long-term change. He recognizes that meaningful transformation requires sustained effort and willingness to navigate challenges that arise during implementation. His goal of being remembered as someone who helped humanize technology and brought compassion back into innovation captures the essence of his professional mission. Rather than pursuing technology for its own sake, he focuses on innovations that strengthen rather than replace human connections in healthcare. The intersection of human care and machine intelligence represents both opportunity and responsibility. Al Wahsh's career demonstrates how healthcare professionals can guide technology development to serve patient interests while maintaining the human elements that make medicine a healing profession. His work continues to influence how the medical community approaches the integration of artificial intelligence into patient care, ensuring that technological advancement serves humanity's deepest needs for compassion and healing.